challenging facet of the sociology syllabus is the multitude of sources to be read. And in this age of social media, online platforms, this problem further intensifies. So, what would be your recommendation as far as the sociology sources are concerned?
So my understanding that has grown over the years, definitely. So I think I can have an upper hand on this. My understanding has been that we will have to read the basic source of sociology. That is Haralambous, that is Ritzer, and that is the IGNU material. What we do often is, as aspirants, we try to take shortcuts. Those shortcuts might work for some people. Like, for example, the Essential Sociology that we have. It is a very well written book, but the person has already had a prior understanding of the subject and then written that book. If I'll
Yeah,
directly go and read it, I'll just get a superficial understanding. But if you read IGNU, if you read Haralambous and then go about reading Essential Sociology, then you'll be able to make better sense of the same book.
exactly.
So I think, and one more thing I'll mention, that on your website you've given links of IGNU based on the syllabus. That
Yeah.
really helped me, because then I didn't have to search कि
Mhm.
MA का book है or BA का book है. I can just click on that link, download it, and just read it. So you had done that work for me. I
Yeah.
just have to take that next step, that to read it
Hmm.
and get a better understanding. So I would again emphasize that my understanding enhanced incrementally, and that was what I was able to reflect in my answers. While in my first test, I wrote horribly bad. In the second one, I had better understanding. So when I wrote it, you might be able to even judge it that, now she understands it well. That's
True.
why she's writing it so well. So,
Yeah, yeah.
mhm.
Yeah, very true. And for paper two, what would you recommend? Because that is even more, the sources are even more scattered than the paper one.
So I had the basic notes of essential sociology. Then
Mhm.
I added on to the thinkers that were there. So I ensured that for paper two, I am well read with the thinkers part, because that is the only part I can use it at multiple sources. For
Mhm.
that, essential sociology is a good source, because it gives you everything comprehensively and you don't have to worry about many things. Another is that since I had joined your current affairs wala program, you had mentioned the linkages. For example, the farmer ka suicide, you had linked it with the suicide of our thinker. Similarly, other case studies also were there, if I remember it correctly, related
Yes.
to the dowry deaths,
Mhm.
related to displacements, how so many people were displaced and what were the reasons, what were the conclusions that were there, the consequences of the same. So I think the second paper requires more connection with the current affairs. You can
Yeah.
have a base material. For me, it was the essential sociology ke notes. That was
Mhm.
just one page note of every chapter, because there is not much more than that in the paper two. So it had all the thinkers ke name, but then I had to substantiate it with examples. I had to use paper one ke thinkers also in it, because that would show that this woman, she has understood it really well, and she's able to connect both the papers well. So I think that should be one of the ways. I did not read a typical material for it, like a book for it. There are many books which are suggested for paper 2. I found them a little bit difficult to grasp. So I wrote a lot of answers. I incorporated paper 1 ke thinkers in paper 2, and I just went along with this essential sociology.
Mhm.